in 1976 the Stingray was born to the world, and it was supposed to be a better version of the P-bass and the jazz bass. You know, how is that even possible? The P-bass and the jazz bass are such legendary instruments. It was also designed by the great Leo Fender, and actually sort of came into production. It wasn't released until after the non-compete with CBS, but this was definitely being planned and designed during the non-compete with CBS. And let's talk a little bit about that. In the early 1950s, Leo Fender released the P-bass to the world, and it was absolutely fantastic. Then in '59, the jazz bass came out, and soon after, CBS bought Fender, and then after that, you know, just the quality of everything started going down, and Leo Fender in 1965 signed a non-compete with CBS, so he couldn't compete with them by any means, and you know, he was out of the game essentially for 10 years. And then in 1976, 11 years after that non-compete was originally signed, and 1 year after the non-compete ended, you know, the Music Man Stingray came out, and in the early 70s it was founded, and of course Leo Fender was behind it all, and with some frankly great design features. Firstly, looking at this neck, Firstly, looking at this headstock, it was sort of supposed to be, the intent from this was supposed to remove dead spots in this area, and I don't really know if it particularly does that, but I do like the just general look of the design of the headstock with 3 on top and 1 on the bottom. It certainly works better for 5 strings and keeping spring tension great and on there, but personally, you know, maybe do I get all that dead spot benefit? No, but I still prefer this style of neck design. It just looks wise compared to the P and the J. It's got a bone nut there as well. That's just a tuner that I've got stuck on the back. That's not anything part of the bass, and it is a rosewood fingerboard on the fretless ones, and that's slightly odd that I've got a fretless one here, because most of them are fretted and they've got like bird's eye maple. This one's a bird's eye maple on the back. You can see there's different wood on the back there, and you know, most of the Stingray sound is known for that fretted Stingray, but this is a custom 90s one. Back in the 70s as well, they were so worried about people copying them that they sort of epoxied all the insides out. I'm so glad that this doesn't have that, and it's got such a basic sort of pickup setup. It's just got one sort of double humbucker style pickup here, and you know, it's in parallel. They're just one pickup, and then you've got simple treble, bass, treble, volume, and that's all you've got on a standard Stingray. Now I have had these electronics replaced, as the original ones in this died. I'll put the company up there if you want to go and look at the electronics. Absolutely amazing bass electronics for your basses, and I'd certainly recommend buying from there if you want to get any electronic upgrades for your basses. Frankly, just amazing stuff, and it all works very well. So this is a one pickup instrument, but it is so versatile. Like the P-bass, it's organised sort of in the same way with that one pickup, except this pickup is slightly further back towards the bridge, which is frankly lovely. I love this bridge. It's a great design. The early ones were strung through the body. These later ones aren't strung through the body, and it's just through the back of the bridge there, and personally I sort of prefer that, in my opinion. I don't mind it being strung through the body, but I don't really have any personal preferences. And it was also the first bass to be active and battery powered. You can see if I lift it up, you can see there's a little bit there where the battery is, and that's obviously what makes it active, because there isn't like tone on, tone off, and obviously you've just got tone knob on a P bass. It's just essentially boost, so you can boost bass and put it down, and you can boost treble and put that down, but it makes the instrument sound so different. So let me give you a brief demonstration with bass all the way up and then treble all the way up. Now you can tell from that, it's just such a different instrument based on the tonal options that you actually give the bass. It's absolutely insane what you get out of this thing, and how much and just how versatile this instrument is. Like the P-Bass. The P-Bass is great for everything, but it's just got one pickup. The Jazz has got two, and in that way it's sort of more versatile. But I do think the P-Bass stands for, you know, how versatile one pickup instrument can be, and of course the Stingray can as well. And it's been used in a variety of styles. I mainly use this thing for jazz. I will be getting a jazz bass at some point. I do have one, but it's a 5-string and it's fretted, and I really do want a 4-string fretless jazz, so I will be getting one of those at some point, because there are just some things on a jazz bass that, you know, it's just that sound compared to the Stingray. The Stingray's got a different sound, you've got to treat it as a different thing, but it's been used from Flea to so many different styles. Pino Palladino played one, the bass player that played for Dave Bowie played all of that stuff as well. So it's so versatile across so many styles. I think it simply is just a fantastic instrument for all of that. And while maybe not the conventional P or J bass, the Stingray is really accepted everywhere among electric bass enthusiasts and people. It is truly a fantastic bass, and I love the versatility you can get, and all of them are so well made. The Stingrays are fantastic basses. Personally, I think they look fantastic as well. The looks do matter at the end of the day. I would prefer a blonde one compared to this. There is just a blonde under here, but it's a sort of like slightly transparent, translucency sort of red custom finish from the 90s, because this is a 90s Stingray, and you can get it with white pickups as well, and there's all sorts of things you can go through with basses like this. But then it's got a string tree there, of course, but there's just so much good coming from this bass, and it's just so well designed, and its approach to its design is truly fantastic, amazing. The truss rod adjustment's so easy, you don't need to take the neck or the strings off. It's just right in there, you can adjust it. Some of the old Fenders just terrible for things like that. The active circuitry really brings us into a new dimension. You can have it active, or you can have it not active just by taking the battery out, or just by turning both these knobs down and keeping the volume up. So it's such a versatile bass, and it works so well and so effectively across so many different styles. They're built amazingly. Like, Leo Fender was absolute master of making basses, and he's made all of the basses that really kicked off today. And while, you know, it's no bongo bass, it still is a truly fantastic instrument, which I think if anyone at any point has some time to try one of these things, then try out a Stingray. It doesn't matter if it's fretted or fretless, they are all absolutely fantastic and amazing, and I would urge you to try them. And if you have a Stingray and you want some different electronics, then go check out that company there. Can't remember the name of it, I think it's like East UK, something like that. By no means sponsored by them, I just like the company, I like the work they do, and you know, I like the electronics really, and they've worked great in this bass, and they've worked great in other basses that I have that have got those electronics in as well. So that's it for today's video. I hope you've enjoyed, and now you know why the Stingray is truly an amazing bass, an amazing instrument, and hopefully if you get one of these things, you'll love it and enjoy it. And if you've already got one, then comment down below how much you love it and what you love about your Stingray.